42. 41.
40.
39.
Number 1.
39.
38.
37.
36.
35.
34.
33. 32.
31.
30. 29.
28.
27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
21.
20.
19.
18.
17. 16.
15.
14.
13.
12.
11. 10.
9. 8.
7. 6.
5.
4.
3.5.
3.
2.
1.
Hey, Rocky, you want to see me pull a show out of my hat? Nothing up my sleeve. Presto!
Hi, and welcome to the Mouthwash Talk Show, a minty, fresh take on life. And yeah, as we transition a little bit more to the national events and what's going on in our country, we're having like a little panel discussion tonight. It's going to be awesome. And I'm here back at the Chateau de Marseille studio. I have my summertime background up here of the Chateau de Marseille studio. I'm up there. Wait, where's my that way? I'm over here in the studio. Cleaned it up today, got all this clutter off the floor and cleaned it up, getting ready to move the studio permanently down to Florida, possibly this October. I'm had enough. I love Indiana. I love it, but it's time to go. It's time to go, possibly. So we have a good show for you tonight. We're going to talk about a bunch of different things. I got a whole list of stuff up here tonight to talk about. And we're going to have it. I think Lucy's got her zoning commission meetings on Tuesday. So sometimes she stays extra and has to talk to people. So she pops in later. But I do see a lovely Tiffany and lovely Brad in the background there, ready to go. And to answer all the questions there, I told them what the topic's going to be. So what could go wrong with people knowing what's going on the show? Because generally it's just like, hey, I started and we figure it out. But anyway, I want to start out with one here, and it's been in the news here locally. We're going to do one local here. This is the Indianapolis one. It's about our prosecutor and our mayor here in Indianapolis, both in the same party. I see Lucy popping in back there. Her timing's excellent. So I'm going to start this out. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to talk about it. Then I'm going to bring the panel on. I think I'm going to do an audible. I'm going to do this. I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking here on this, and then I'll play this clip of the FOP chief, Rick Snyder. He is in charge of the police, the IMPD Union Police. He's the guy. Great speaker. If you ever heard him speak, he's a great speaker. He makes a whole lot of sense. I always wonder, I said, well, you make a lot of sense, Rick, but nothing ever happens. He talks about these things and nothing happens. It's just like they just ignore him. But I'm surprised because, like I said, what he says makes a lot of sense. So anyway, let me back this. Let me give you the preface or the preface on this. So the prosecutor here in Indianapolis decided to go after a business owner up in Broad Ripple. I'm going to give you the paraphrase version. And he sort of did a little bit more than he was supposed to. He did the investigating of what was going on and made the charges. And you know how it works here. The police do the investigation, the prosecutor does the prosecuting. Well, it just came back. There's another judge ruled that, hey, dude, you broke the law when you did a lot of this stuff. You can't do things this way. So he's in hot water for breaking the law and for not really doing his prosecutor job, doing extra, and really like a personal vendetta against a Broad Ripple business owner. And he's catching some heat from that. Now you'd think, well, maybe this is like cockroaches. If you see one, there's 20 more under the rug in the baseboards. You know, it's like if there's one lie, there's a bunch of lies. Well, here's one I'm going to bring up. There's a guy that I know, Jeremiah TV Ball. He was worked at the fairgrounds 3-4 years ago. There was a money misappropriated out there. There was a lot of stuff going on, and the people that were pretty much guilty of what they're doing were blaming him because of his past record. In this case, he was accused of forging a check to pay some painters that worked at the fairgrounds, and mysteriously enough, they worked at Cindy Maury's house and painted her house, and the check got all written out for one, which I think in a lot of cases that's allegedly misappropriating funds, which the Indiana Board of Accounts didn't say allegedly. They said you did, and we had to do an investigation. You got to pay that money back and the investigation money back. And to date, I do not think she's paid that back, but she has it's been a year or so that she was supposed to have paid that money back, and she has not paid that back. I would love to ask Todd Rokita why the Attorney General hasn't collected that money, but I've not seen him and asked him that question. So anyway, fast forward, he gets charged by Ryan Mears for check forgery. Now, I don't know how they got him charged and what the evidence they used or what they did, but I guess a grand jury was, brought together. They presented this check as a forgery, and that's what they did. That was 3 years ago. They've been dragging this out. And now there's finally going to be a court. I think there's going to be a trial next month, about a month from now, on this issue. Now, the problem is I've seen the evidence. Now, he was instructed by Cindy Maury to sign the check. He was supposed to go sign the check for the guys, but she didn't go there because she was let whatever. He said, I don't want to sign the check. I don't want to. And he's even a signatory on the account. He said, I don't want to sign this because it's not been approved by the board. He said, but if you want me to sign it, I'll sign it and I'll put my initials on there. And that's what happened. So to me, I don't know if that, maybe it's forgery, maybe it's not, I don't know. But is it really worthwhile to bring charges against somebody on this like Ryan Mears? So you got to wonder, well, wait, maybe this is one of these other frivolous prosecutions that maybe is unnecessary. So anyway, I just want to bring that up because nobody covers these things. They just think it's another guy, out here that sort of gets run over, reputation gets smeared through the mud. And in all this time period, the reputation of Jeremiah TV Ball, I've not seen anything that would make me think that, hey, there's red flag there. But on the other side, there's been a lot of stuff between where Cindy Maury is. There's a lot of stuff that makes me go, that doesn't seem right. So anyway, we'll see how that plays out. But here you go. I'm going to play this. Let's see. Let's get it brought to stage here. I'm going to go big screen. Let's go big screen total. We got to get to the thing, and I got to do this and this and that.
This should scare the hell out of business owners, residents, visitors, elected officials, and the taxpayers of Indianapolis and the entire state of Indiana.
Indianapolis Fraternal Order of Police President Rick Snyder now calling for an investigation into Marion County prosecutor Ryan Mears. It comes after a judge threw out a case against a Broad Ripple bar owner, calling the prosecutor's actions unconstitutional. So last year, 27 felony counts were filed against a bar owner for underreporting sales. Last week, in order to dismiss the case, accused the prosecutor's office of seeking the information without evidence and without securing a warrant. Now, the Indy FOP is calling for state and federal investigations on this. Snyder made those comments earlier today during a news conference, so take a listen.
Therefore, based on the totality of the judicial findings and the laws cited, it appears at a minimum a referral to the Indiana Supreme Court Disciplinary Commission is reasonable and quite possibly required by the judge in this matter. Federal law also outlines a role for a federal prosecutor to review any federal offense and/or civil rights violations.
We reached out to the prosecutor's office following Snyder's remarks. Last week, the prosecutor's spokesperson told Fox 59 they are consulting with the Attorney General's office regarding the next steps for the case.
Now at 4. All right, so let's see. Let's get that off of there. Come on.
Eating contest.
Pie eating contest. Let's do it up.
Yeah, let's get that going here. Okay, let's get all the people out here. Get everything going. Who done lit? Oh, I got everybody. Let me get this going here. See, it'd be nice to have a producer. Then I wouldn't have to do all this stuff and
John, you're doing a great job. You know, we just sit here while you know.
You're just saying
We
that.
probably could be more helpful, I guess.
No, you know what? You know what? This is one of those things where, you know, this is our 280, almost 290th show. And no one's been paid to do anything here. You all show up on Tuesday out of the kindness of your hearts to make, you know, make the boomer feel good here. And so, yeah, that's gratitude I could never repay. That's gratitude I could never repay. And, you know, it's you think about it, it's hard to keep stuff like this going. There's so many places people can watch, and yet we have such a good audience. Already 20 comments in here of our audience, and you know we have 3 other shows, probably some more coming after Tiffany gets her the floss show going. You know, we got the floss, the rinse, the mouthwash. You know, hey, it's all dental work. You know,
well,
I guess I'll have to start.
He says that
I'll have to be gingivectomy.
Yeah, gingerbread man. You could make up.
I'll have to be gingivectomy. You know, one of those most painful procedures you can get.
Yeah,
Lucy,
how about
you can
root
do
canal?
root canal.
Yeah, that definitely. That is perfect, Tiffany. She is root canal. It hurts.
But I actually don't believe. I don't believe you should get root canals. I think.
Oh,
root
they're the
canals are
worst things
terrible.
ever. They're horrible for your health.
Right.
They even got their own saying. It's worse than a root canal, which is nothing is.
Dude, but I mean, you should let Lucy talk more about it at some point.
Yeah, you just it's better to do an extraction.
Oh, Drew's got a good one.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Drew's got a good one. Have a all boomer show called Dentures.
The dentures. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that'd be a good name for a singing group. Ladies and gentlemen, the dentures.
And as they fly out of their face, like, you know, their dentures come flying out.
No. Wait, we could be the hey, y'all, how you doing?
Right.
See?
Well, that's gingivitis.
Yeah,
Hey, Brad, I got
Lucy, I
a
love your
good one
background.
for. I
Sorry,
got a
go
good one. I got a good one for Brad. If you know, Brad could be like, I don't know, singing to the silent generation, and instead of throwing him their panties, they could throw their dentures.
Or their depends.
Yeah.
I mean, that would definitely send a message, Lucy.
Clean,
You know,
of course.
yeah.
All right, kids. Well, we got stuff to talk about. So we're going to talk about stuff. Let's talk about that first thing about the prosecutor here in Marion County. And, you know, we've had Hoss Jeremiah on our show before to talk about this issue. And I mean, I think we talked about this on a show below hundreds. So years ago, we've talked about this, and how can they drag these cases out? You know, it just seems so political to me. You know, indeed. And now Ryan Mears is a Democrat, and Cindy Mowry is a Republican. But you know, she works at the voter registration. She's the chair or the president of the Marion County Fair Board, where all this took place. She owes the state $15,000 for her misdeeds. How do these people stay in office, and how do they just keep on doing? I guess that is my question. I want to know, Lucy. You're the root canal. Tell me.
Well, if you read right here where it says burning is irrelevant when you're too lazy to read, welcome to the average American voter's life. They keep voting for them because they recognize the name, and that's it.
I mean, how much do you think it is people throwing their hands up in the air and says, I don't care anymore? I mean, you've been to a Fish concert. You know, those people, they don't really care. They just want to go to the Fish concert, right?
No, they just spin around. You know,
Yeah,
they're
spin
just living
around,
life.
do
Like,
mushrooms.
there's not a happier spot than the Fish concert. It's really
And
hard.
you don't see any politicians there, do you?
No, not Caitlin Collins was at the New Year's run in Madison Square Garden, I guess. That was the only thing I'd heard of.
hey,
And Drew Carey, he went to the Sphere, and you guys should look up Drew Carey's
but he's not a
critique of a Fish
politician.
concert.
He's
No,
not-
he wasn't like a huge Fish fan, and then all of a sudden, now he is. He's very much into it.
Douglas
John,
Casey.
Strategic
I'm
investing.
disappointed. John, I'm disappointed you didn't grow your hair out because I really feel like
I am trying to grow my hair out.
Yeah, Doug Casey is one of the greatest economic
I
minds.
feel like you could do a really good George Washington. I feel
I'm-
like you're missing your moment.
I'm trying. It's going to take.
Oh wait,
me,
we discussed that, right?
yes. I have not had a haircut since December, and this is all the more hair I have. It's getting some in the back there.
I think you should get an outfit off of Amazon and go full George Washington.
Nice.
Oh, I'll do it. I shall do it, and then I will go to the Delaware and just freak people out. Have you ever seen that guy that dresses up like a plant in green and then reaches out and grabs people?
I love that stuff.
Or the lady downtown in Indy. Have you ever seen that?
Yes,
all
I
silver?
love that.
I actually had her break character one day when she was out there. She actually talked to me. And it was like,
yeah, she told you to go away.
No, didn't tell me to go away. She said she had a gold medal. She had a bronze. No, I mean,
I have a question about the Ryan Mears stuff. Like, people have been out to remove him from office for whatever he's done. But, you know, they talk more about that still and less about, you know, the Philip Faust character who was running against him. Like, shouldn't they just be like talking more about him and trying to drum up some Republican support in Marion County?
Okay,
if that's the way that we're going to do politics.
Let me fill you in.
I don't think the Republicans alone can get him elected, but John, you know more about the
No,
numbers.
this is so Philip Faust is Speedway, Indiana. There's some Speedway officials there, the town manager, the Speedway council people. They're Republicans mostly. They backed Natalie Goodwin, which is, you know, that's their right to do that. Even though I bailed them out on the Allison building with Walter Medlin and the bricks falling off there, I've helped them in their city, physically helped Speedway, Indiana. And then they back Natalie Goodwin for the county chair. So this is what you call reaping what you sow. And then so there's and I'm not just saying that, I'm saying this because I'm really bitter and still pissed. That's why I'm really saying it.
You should be.
But I hope that came through. I hope that got through, that everybody knows that I'm bitter and I'm still pissed. But that being said, there's no GOP in Marion County, and I'm going to make a prediction right here, right now, that they will not get over 50,000 votes. I just don't see it happening. Anybody that's running now, the Democrats are going to have about 200,000 votes. So, and the prosecutor is a countywide, you know, position. The numbers just don't add up. Now, I'm going to say this live on this air. I'm going to get a Philip. He admitted that I did vote for Natalie. The party told me to. I just do, which to me is like, hey, do your own thing, do your own research. Who's the best guy? He didn't do that. But I'm going to put all that aside. I'm going to put all my anger, bitterness, hatefulness, whatever you want to call him, take it out. It's gone. And I'm going to have to say, Philip Faust, you know, he's been a deputy prosecutor. He's done some stuff there. I'm going to put all that aside, and I'm going to help try to get him elected. But I just, until the Democrats wake up and say, hey, I'm tired of this corruption, because you think about it. We got Joe Hogsett, who should be under investigation, at least at the very minimum, an investigation. But who's going to investigate him? That's going to be the prosecutor. Well, wait a second. He's a Democrat, and he's under investigation. So who do we get to investigate these people? There's no one to hold them accountable. It's like the election board here. Who holds them accountable? So they know that, and they don't care. They're just going to keep doing what they're going to do.
Where are the people of integrity? Like, why are we not
moving to Florida?
No,
you know what I mean. I don't think that corruption is going to be enough to get Mears ousted. I'm sure, you know, people make mistakes, or I didn't sign off on that. I think when people can start to talk to the voters of Marion County about crime and how good things are north of 96th Street, and how their proximity to Hamilton County is so close, that life should be so much better for them. When they start to understand what they're missing out on, sidewalks, being able to walk at night, being able to be outside, fear of drive-by shootings, gun violence. Once you and then also getting people to understand that when you're soft on crime, you become a haven for more crime.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get people to understand that they don't have to live like that, and a lot of it is because they're not prosecuting crime, you have to get them to start thinking differently. And talking about Faust, I mean, you know, that's great and that's good, but you really have to get them to understand that, you've got this prosecutor, he's served you for quite some time. However, comma, is your life better? Is it worse? But really use the words and talk to them about what they deserve. They deserve a safe community. Their children deserve to be able to play outside. You deserve to be able to walk to the gas station to get a beverage. There shouldn't be drive-by shootings. There shouldn't be carjackings. Young people should not be killing each other, killing innocent bystanders. And once people start to understand that being soft on crime hurts their community, they're not going to turn the page. So you've just got to get people to understand that they can have more. You can vote straight D, but then pick up the Republican prosecutor.
Yeah, that's 65% in Marion County vote straight ticket. Democrats vote straight ticket. So if you're looking at that number, it's just overwhelming.
But isn't that problem so much deeper though? It's not just.
No, yeah, it's so much deeper. So Brad,
it's a lot of identity politics. I've always voted.
No, I mean like crime in general. Like it is not. It has nothing to do with. I don't think it has anything to do really with if your prosecutor is Republican or Democrat.
No, it's
I
a
think
bad or
it has
good
to do with like
prosecutor.
I'm so sorry. What'd you say?
I don't think it has anything to do with whether your, prosecutor is Republican or Democrat. I don't see like your parents raise you a certain way. You obey things because of your surroundings. Your prosecutor should be like pretty low on that list of people who influence your life as a young person. Especially because you brought up like the young people going and
that is so naive.
Brad,
that is so naive.
No, it is, but that's what I mean. Like,
I'm gonna let Lucy take it from here. There.
But shouldn't it still be up? These parents are failing these kids. It's not the prosecutor that's failing these kids.
It's not. Well, the prosecutors is failing the system. I'm sorry, Lucy. Go ahead.
It's okay, Tiffany.
Well, we've got to take it back to permissive parent versus disciplinary parent. So if somebody, first of all, we have to all realize that the prison system at its very goal is to draw people in, because every arrest creates like 14 jobs, from the person who arrests you to the people who have to, work on the police cars and make sure they can get to you to arrest you, the guy taking your fingerprints. And the ultimate goal is exactly what Bill Clinton did with Arkansas, which is he ran the drugs in, he profited on the drugs. So he had this whole vertical integrated profit system. After they sold the drugs, then they caught the people with the drugs. They prosecuted them for having the drugs. And then when they got 3 strikes, they got this incredible sentence that funneled them right into basically a lifelong prison sentence. A very, very severe prison sentence, the 3 strikes and you're out. So what you have to realize is that the prosecutor is really the pivotal point of that, because the prosecutor gets to decide what to prosecute. And so if the prosecutor decides that when somebody is a juvenile, that they, send them into a situation where their labor is used for free and they're useful to the system, then they become a lifelong person in that system. But if the prosecutor instead negotiates a deal to put them into some sort of therapy or to get them some help, then they have a chance of escaping the system. But the whole point of the system is the continuation of the system. So until we have a prosecutor who actually recognizes individual freedom and human rights, we are going to continue to have a system that preys upon lower socioeconomic people, whether they're white, black, or somewhere in between. The whole idea of the system is to draw them in, keep all of those people employed, and then shuttle them off to prison.
Yeah,
that's what the prosecutor's job is to be the linchpin in that whole thing.
Yeah, that was exactly the prison profit industrial complex description.
So prison's not for rehabilitation.
Well, Brad, I think there should be 3 things. There should be prison for people that belong there. Because trust me, I've been in prisons preaching and different things. There's people that should not be in, they just should not be out. They're going to murder somebody, kill somebody, rape somebody, or burn them.
The guy who murdered Noah Shanavaz, or like the officer from Elway. Like, I don't understand how he's still alive. Like he needs to be.
Those are the type of people. But then you have we need rehab. We need addiction treatment, and then we need mental health. There should be 3 places. And if an officer picks somebody up, he should have 3 choices to take him. Should take him to jail, or if they need some help with some substances, they should take it to there, or they should take somebody for the mental health. It's not they all go to the same place, and it's like Lucy says, when you get in that system. I got a guy that's working for me right
I
now.
agree with Drew, though. We want the people that are violent separated.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like Curtis Hill always says, there's two kinds of people in jail: people we're mad at and people we're afraid of.
Yeah, well, that is right. But Lucy, you're 100% right. They want you in that system to pay. These prisons are for profit. We need to have Jay Harvey back on to talk about that again, because I'm moving to Florida, but I'm going to focus all my attention on prison ministry and criminal justice reform. It's ironic, not ironic. It's just that Kairos, which is it has their international headquarters about 5 miles from my house where I'm moving to. The Seminole County Jail, I think, is open for prison help and all that. So that's what my personal thing. I'm going to, I'm going to step back from the home. All the other stuff I do, I'm going to focus on that particular item. But Brad, to segue to the next part, because we've spent way more time.
Can I just say one thing, because Brad is a little bit correct about one thing. I will tell you. That Brad, that there is one part that parents do play, and one of the things that Lucy left out is that if a child can't read by 3rd grade, if they're not able to pass I-STEP and have a proficiency in reading by 3rd grade, then that puts them on the pipeline to prison. So I will say that every parent should take on their responsibility, regardless of socioeconomic background, of making sure that their children can read and pass the I-STEP by 3rd grade. That is the parent's job. ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, being able to read, understanding phonics. That should be the goal of every parent, is to make sure that their child is able to read by 3rd grade. Because if not, then they end up in that whole prison system. And people are counting on children not being able to read by 3rd grade, and that they know based on zip codes, just based on stats, based on metrics, the likelihood of them dying, going into prison, or becoming successful. So,
yeah,
and Lucy, that's it is a naive thought. Like, it is. I mean, it's the goal you hope for, but no, it's never going to really.
I'm with you, Brad. I'm an optimist too, so I get it. But the older I get, the more cynical I get. But okay, so while we're on this topic, I did. You were talking about why Marion County's cooked for the GOP and why the Democrats basically have the run of the place. So if you're not anybody watching, whatever, we have a group, People Over Politics, on Facebook. I started it a while ago, a long while ago, maybe 10 years ago. I don't know. But I do polls on there, and I asked a question, and this one was for Republicans only. And I asked if you moved out of Marion County, or you live in Marion County, or whatever the situation was, did you move to a donut county? So we had 10 people that still live in Marion County that haven't moved, one that moved in and doesn't want to be here, and then we have 15 that have moved out of Marion County, or no, I'm sorry, 15 in, 10 out, a couple here and there, but pretty much it's about 70-30. 30% of the Republicans have moved out to the donut counties. And my thesis was that was the case, that people have moved out of Indianapolis, because if you look at the voting in primaries or whatever, it's just gone down. That's one of the reasons why I say that we'll be lucky to have 50,000 Republicans vote in Marion County this year, which it's been upwards of close to 90 or 1,000-ish. When I ran for Congress, I got almost 80,000, and that was not the whole county. That was just 6 townships. But it's tough. I mean, the numbers are just not there, and I don't know if it's messaging. I think it's just ground game and actually caring about whether we have Republicans or not. So, in the House of Representatives, I think there's about 11 of them that are here in Marion County, and I think 2 are being challenged. That's it. The other ones. How would you like to run for office, Brad, not have anybody run against you?
Oh, I mean, that would be pretty sweet.
That's like going fishing with, all you do is catch fish. That's not really fishing anymore. That's just catching.
Yeah.
So, but
doesn't sound too bad at all.
Tiffany would definitely like to not have anybody run against her, right? I mean, they stick extra people in to run against Tiffany to beat her. so yeah, it's feast or famine on all that, and we'll see what happens. So let's see. Any other closing comments on that topic about why Marion County is cooked, or the prosecutor, or anything else? So we move on to the national things.
I still love Indianapolis. It's fun to go downtown.
It is fun. I like it. It's not as bad as people say. I know. I mean, if you look at the wrong person, you might get in some trouble, but hey, just mind your own business and you'll be in good shape. Stay out of the road with the scooters and all that stuff. So we have let's see, we have this is our choices. We have the Tate guys. Remember the Tate guys? They're social media people. Oh, look at Tiffany. She's like putting on the mood lights for
I would love to hear Tiffany and Lucy's take on the Tate brothers.
Oh, the Tate brothers. Okay, so let me play the clip here. Hold on.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I got.
I cannot wait for this.
I got a clip. I got a clip. Don't worry. Let's see which one is it? I swear. Is that it? Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can. I got to redo it. Talk amongst yourself for a second here while I get this straightened out.
I'm still here. This is just my Family Guy avatar. Like if I were a Family Guy character.
I was trying to figure out why Andrew Tate was dressing with his plunging neckline, purple blouse, and his capris, and his little, skimmers.
I want to use that as a Halloween costume. I think I could. I think I could pull it off as a Halloween
kind of
costume.
shocking.
So
that was kind of a crazy outfit.
Yeah, you could just go up to like St. Vincent de Paul, and yeah, it was definitely crazy. Yeah. My question is, what else was going on that they were trying to distract us from? Because pulling out, Tristan and Andrew Tate as a photo op, I mean, there must be something really big they're trying to hide, because they're like seriously digging. Plus, JD Vance telling us that angels are demons.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're talking about. Okay, so I have it now. I have it. Let's see.
Not angels or demons. Aliens or demons. I said that wrong. Aliens or demons.
And Tristan Tate appearing before a federal magistrate in Miami days after being arrested. The brothers are facing rape and sex charges in the United Kingdom. An attorney for the brothers called the latest charges filth and slander. Prosecutors in the UK say the new charges relate to 4 new victims. The brothers are already charged with rape and human trafficking to 3 others in Britain. Over the next few weeks, a U.S. district judge will consider if they are to be extradited.
All right, so what the heck? I mean, I didn't even know this was a thing, but
wait, like these guys were a thing, or
yeah,
they were a thing, and that they did this shit?
Well, it goes all the way back to 2017. Is that what I heard correctly? So
and there are young men who are like positively influenced by these guys. It blows my mind.
They've been around a while.
What do they do? I mean, I mean, obviously, I don't know.
They just talk about being rich and being douchey like it's good, and then
so Andrew they were kickboxers. Andrew was a competitive kickboxer.
Yes.
Competitive is a relative term.
In other words, Dorn could kick his ass, is what I heard. Right.
Good. Dorn, lay him out, man. Just
yeah. Don't pay no attention to the
voice absolutely. Pound for pound, same age. Yeah, he would have kicked his ass.
Yeah, I know.
And their dad was CIA. Hello.
Oh, seriously?
Wait, the Tate's dad?
Just like Tucker's dad was CIA. Has anybody not like understood that this is yes. It all perpetuates through the generations. So anything that's promoted, the only reason you're seeing it is because it's useful for you to see it, in their opinion. So why are they bringing that up again?
Are they scapegoats then for a bigger
distraction from the Epstein files?
Oh, so I'm glad you said that. So this is what I think is going to happen to the Tate brothers. So I don't know who that was. So you know how OJ was acquitted of killing Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, but he went to jail, damn near almost got the electric chair for stealing some memorabilia.
Yeah, of his own. It was his own memorabilia that was taken or something.
Yeah, he damn near almost got the electric chair for that. So I think that the Tate brothers, once they're extradited, they are going to throw the book at them and make them an example because Epstein was never prosecuted. So these kids, these guys are going to carry the bag for human trafficking, all kinds of, exploiting minors, all kinds of stuff, and they are going to make an example of them. That is Tiffany's prediction.
So who is exactly prosecuting them? Is it Britain or is it us?
Well, I think that is well. I think that is.
It's at UK. It's
well
in the
reasoned.
UK, right?
Everything that Prince Albert didn't get, there. Oh, is it Edward Albert? Whatever that Prince.
Yeah, as far as I know, they're British citizens.
Isn't Prince Albert in the can now?
Andrew.
In the can.
But isn't the question just whether or not we're going to extradite them to the UK?
Hell yeah, we're going to extradite them.
But that's it. Like, we're not in control of the trial, but we have them.
But the thing is,
and it's up to us to release them to the UK. Which,
are they here in the States?
Yeah, they're in Miami. They just got.
They got
go to Miami.
Stuff about
Yeah, they're arrested in Miami.
They are going to make them an example to anybody else.
What happens if they don't go, Tiffany? Just on the off chance that.
So on the off chance that they escape and go to what, P. Diddy's island?
I can't imagine what. I don't know, but for some reason, say they don't get extradited, like. I mean, I kind of think that
we're not going to allow them to stay in the United States.
Okay, like they do claim to have connections with like people in the know, like I mean Barrett, like I mean they talked about being friends with Barron Trump and Don Jr. and they've partied with like a bunch of the CEO guys or like the tech guys, and it's just.
But this is the thing. It's the same thing with Epstein. It's like Epstein all over again. It's like nobody is going to stand by them. Nobody's going to stand by them. Nobody can take the heat of being with people who rape, exploit, and traffic women. People stood with Epstein, and people got muddy. They got a little bit dirty, but no one, because it's going to be the same thing. People are going to be triggered. They're going to talk about it. They're going to say, "You've got these guys. You've got this evidence. You need to hold them accountable."
This is so. This is so stupid because they're taking them back to the UK where they have roving rape gangs and groomers of young British girls, young white British girls, that are brought into these Pakistani gangs. And then when the parents, fathers and brothers of the girls who are being raped, literally try and go and drag them out and save their child from kidnapping. The UK police show up and they arrest the parents who are trying to save their children. So it's just stupid to me that they're like, oh, there's like 4 people that they're accusing them of trafficking, but they won't do anything about the 250,000. Dumb.
Yeah, so it's like,
there's a reason we left that.
The good book says in the end times, what's right is wrong and what's wrong is right. And I think that we're seeing a lot of that going on. And I think we're seeing a lot of people reflecting on fraud that's happened in our country, on the Epstein. I think COVID brought a lot of stuff out. The Epstein brought a lot of stuff out into the open, but I just don't see anything. I don't see anybody in handcuffs but Ghislaine Maxwell, the one that had the little black book or whatever. She's the one that got in trouble.
Yeah, but she got moved to a nicer place and now she has like a therapy dog. So
well, it's like, yeah, but you're still. I don't care how nice the place is that you're in jail. You're still not free. And to anybody that's been free, it's tough to, and especially think about her lifestyle with Epstein. It was like she wanted something, she got it. If you want to go to Italy this weekend, well, let's go, honey. Let's take off. Now she's stuck where she can't leave. And also, if she did leave, she would be hounded by the press or whatever.
Maybe Palm Beach Pete will invite her to live with him.
Palm Beach Pete.
How do we know it's Ghislaine? How do we know it's not like a body double?
Yeah.
Damn it, Tiffany! Don't do that to me.
Yeah,
because I hadn't really had that thought. until you
read
said
my
it. I'm like,
mind. I was thinking if I were rich like her, I would definitely have somebody.
Yeah, it's
Yep,
just
I
it just
definitely have
goes
somebody
back to
serve
the
my
thing.
sentence for me if I
You know,
were
Brad
her.
mentioned OJ,
How easy
and
would that be?
Brad mentioned OJ. If you, in this money we talk about, it's not much as race or whatever in the it's about money. If you got enough money, you can buy your freedom for whatever time. Let's use the Barry Morphew case, the guy that attacked me on the job site, allegedly killed his wife on Mother's Day in 2020, still walking free. The only time he did spend some time in jail when they charged him once, but he got out. Now his trial set for this time next year. And, and all this evidence that's circumstantial or whatever, it surely points to him. But you know what? The difference between him and the average slut, I'm not saying, Tiffany, you're not an average slut, but an average slut
you can
like
say
me,
I am. Like, that's fine.
yeah, me and Brad would go to jail for a long time. We wouldn't have, they'd throw away the keys, and we don't have enough money to get out of it. So, it's just, that's what it is. It's about money. And, if you got enough money
too, like when we were talking about the teen crimes and Lucy was bringing up like the system of, there's lawyers making deals with the prosecutors doing this. And it's like, well, okay, isn't there a whole industry of lawyers then that are making this whole cycle also happen? Like they're not, I mean, I know that they're trying to find the best deal for their client. So it's just this odd cycle. I don't know where there's the start or the end.
Yeah, I know. It's just troubling times we have. And the one bright spot is, we used to just have 3 stations, ABC, NBC, CBS, that would tell us our news. Now we have yahoos like us here that are, talking about these things. And
that's it. Like, when did that go away? When do people think that went away? Because I still think it's like kind of a thing.
It's
like,
still kind of a thing. I mean, you got boomers.
Those 3 stations, those 3 networks are, I still think they have like somewhat of a credential to them.
For in Indianapolis,
generational. I think they probably got some X, but they got the boomers.
I have not watched regular TV forever. I get all my news from TikTok. And
I will tell you, my guilty pleasure is getting up in the morning and checking the Indie Reporter. That is my guilty pleasure.
I had somebody give me a hard time on the X about something. First of all, being a boomer, and then second of all, well, you associate with Steve Whitmer. I said, I thought this was a classic comment back to him. I said, I associate with everyone, even dorks like you, and that was it. It's like, I don't know why we think that you can't talk to somebody else just because you talk to that person, or maybe you get a photo with them. You're mysteriously, vicariously in their life of mischief and crime. I mean, it's how. That's what they want us to do, not talk to each other. Because sometimes you talk to somebody and they think, hey, that guy's not crazy.
They want you to cancel people. I think that once we get to a certain age, people have flaws. I mean, we all have children. Lucy, you've got 10. I mean, your children make a mistake and you still love them. We know people, and at least unless they do something completely egregious, there's still some redeeming qualities there. Hell, you might need them for something, kidney, something like that, but you just can't cancel people.
Yeah. Well, when I was running for office and decided to run as independent, the GOP came after me. That's fine. But then they called me crazy. Then they said I was a disruptor. Now I am a populist, apparently, or whatever. They just keep changing the label because, when you meet me, I'm high strung, ADHD, all that. I get it. But I'm not really crazy in a bad way. And then when they say disruption, that's more like criticism. Yeah, I will tell you what I think. And if if I see something that I think is not capiche, kosher, and all that, I'm going to tell you. Am I populist? I don't even know what that really is. I think somebody just does what's popular. No, I do what's right, and what's right is what's right. It's not a matter of
John,
it's got R or D or whatever.
How old are you? How old are you?
I just did my Medicare yesterday. I'm 65.
Okay. So, yeah, you're at that age where you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm not running for no offices. I'm not even going to be here very long. No offices.
What age is that, Stephanie?
Mad at me.
Sorry?
What age is that you can just say whatever you want?
My age.
I would I'd probably say about, I mean, right when you retire and you're not dependent on anybody for any revenue or any income.
But shouldn't people be, I mean, that's, yeah, I don't like that.
Nicole says I'm becoming a.
I mean, I've had jobs before where I mean, hell, I was in the military. You can't say what you think in the military. You
Oh,
can say
no.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir.
Did you see Hegseth get reamed today?
I did not.
In his little testimony for his 1.5 trillion budget. It was
That's
great.
all he wants.
Yeah.
I don't have it up as a clip. Hey,
no. I was, look it up. James Peters, but it's funny because both sides are claiming victory. Like some people are like, look at Hegseth own this lid congressman. And then it's like, if you watch the whole clip, it's like, Jesus, Hegseth got destroyed. It was pretty nice to watch.
I just thought about it today. They were talking about the 3 service members who were killed over the weekend. And yesterday they had only named 2 of them. And then they named the 3rd one today. I think his name might be Sergeant Sweeney or Sergeant Swinton. I can't remember his name, but he's from my hometown of Fayetteville, North Carolina, the home of Fort Bragg, 82nd Airborne. And it made me think about, like, right now, like, we are at war. And for people who are in the military right now, like, they know that, their lives are on the line. They're serving during wartime. Congress may not have declared war, but we are at war. If you're over in Yemen, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, if you're at one of those military bases, you're in the thick of the conflict.
You're at risk.
Yeah, you're definitely at risk. And it saddens me. We're at war. And I think that we need to support our service members who are at war. Definitely pray for them, pray for their safe return, and pray that our leaders will make wise decisions and try to end this conflict as soon as possible. I certainly do not agree with Iran retaliating and shooting onto shooting the bases, dropping mortars on them, because it's when you're away from the front line, you have kind of, I don't know. It just needs to end.
Hold that thought, Tiffany. I actually have a clip, and then we'll continue it on the other side here. So, well, you guys, for not doing any pre-show stuff, you guys just led this right along like it's like professionals. I love it. So let's see if I can find the right one here.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
This is
so. Let's get to it here. Let's see. Hopefully none of these will have commercials in them.
Good afternoon, John. You're exactly seeing the Iran strategy is to
it's like he was talking to you.
And I think it's going to have consequences for them because, as you noted, all of their regional partners and neighbors, not partners, are angry at them. And they invested 30 years ago in buying U.S. defense systems that now they're justified in that investment. And so similarly, you're also going to see an extension of the American military campaign. We're already seeing the military campaign go to the next steps, as we've destroyed bridges coming out of the Chabahar port and the Bandar Abbas port. There's significant naval bases there. We've cut off their access to get things in and out of those ports, like drone resupply, like missile parts, like troops. One of the other things that you're seeing already, and it's only going to accelerate with the recent deaths of the American servicemen, is you're going to see an acceleration of the military campaign. Specifically, we struck this weekend 125 miles into Iran, into the 388th Mechanized Brigade, which was bragging on Iranian TV that they had shot drones into Jordan. So we're going to see this continue. And I think for the Iranians, it's going to get worse before it gets worse.
It better. It's going to get worse before it gets worse.
Yeah, it's going to get worse before it gets worse. So there you go, Tiffany. That was right on cue for you. And I would say that.
But haven't we heard it before? I'm just saying.
Well, I think we heard this. This is almost I'm not going to compare it to Vietnam as far as the
I can't even
conflicts, but
how long
you saw how many people came out against Jane Fonda's still alive, and she was totally anti-war and pretty, I would say, my opinion, anti-American.
Like, people were against it back then, and it was really hard to get out of. And we have people calling it, saying, "Oh, well, this is going to be another never-ending war," and they're saying it's not going to be like that. Well, but there's no end game. Like, there's no end plan, is there? How would Iran still have a military? And don't tell me the IRGC.
They got decimated last year.
They're two different things. It's like, then say that they're two different things, and explain how we're fighting the other thing.
Well, since Tiffany has some military experience on here, Tiffany, I would like to hear what you think is going on from the the boots on the ground people. How are they dealing with this? Because you were back there when we actually had boots on the ground. We're just like bombing people right now.
Well, just some easy thoughts is number one, early on, Trump was talking about bombing them, and then he'd stop, and then he'd bomb and stop. And I mean, I think it was Sun Tzu. It's like, just if you do it, this could have been wrapped up months ago. Drop the bomb, take the infrastructure out, do a ground campaign if you need to. But we need to completely annihilate them. I know we've been trying to have these conversations, and I've always said, I don't know which show it was, as soon as we reach 50 dead service members and $5 gas, our patience for this is going to wear very, very thin. So we just cannot continue to throw money and to throw lives at this. And so from my time in the military, I was in the Air Force, I deployed after 9/11. A lot of the way we do the air campaigns is you fly in the bombs, you drop them on the targets, and then you come home. There's very, very little ground campaign. And so what they're doing now, and it's kind of more like very much like guerrilla warfare, but very different, using drones. But if they can send up their drones and send them over our military bases and bomb our bases, this is a whole other level kind of war that you can't really prepare for. So I don't know what the end game is. And if somebody from the comments, whoever can tell me what the end game is, please let me know. But we need to make sure that we are not wasting American lives over something that is ill-defined or unneeded.
Yeah, they're going to say it's because they don't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. Like, that's been the whole.
Oh, and that's the same thing we heard in the Iraq war with they got weapons of mass destruction.
But if that is the goal, then we go toward that goal.
But how do you say that goal is mission accomplished ever?
How do we say that? I mean, we bomb the infrastructure, we make them spend time and money rebuilding their country, and then you also get it in writing. I don't know how good that part would be in writing, but you got to bomb them. Before General McPeak became Chief of Staff of the Air Force in the early 90s, General Dugan was Chief of Staff of the Air Force, and this was after the first Gulf War. And he said something to the effect that we should bomb them back into the Stone Ages. And he got canned. Cheney canned him. He got canned, but he was so correct. They made him retire from the Air. They took him out of Chief of Staff of the Air Force. He spent the last year of his military career wandering around the Pentagon. But this man was brilliant. He knew 35 years ago, actually, exactly what needed to be done so that you could have peace in the Middle East. So
I got one question. We're gonna keep this to an hour tonight. I know you're just hard to believe. Lucy, do you have a health minute ready? Did you actually get something together for your Lucy's health minute?
I do. I was actually going to talk.
Not yet. I want to save you for the end, but I just want to wind this up so we can understand.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, don't go. I'll tell you when to go. Okay.
Then that's the preview. I'll shut up.
Yeah. Well, I got a preview for you and everything. I'll make sure I get it queued up here. One final question that maybe you haven't noticed. I want to know. We've had a lot of trucks running into crowds and bombings of markets and different things in the past, but has anybody else noticed in the last 8 months, we really haven't had a lot of that. We haven't had a lot of vans driving through, running crowds, and I guess smaller acts of terrorism. Is that possible because of Iran's got to focus on their own home right now? They can't be sending out these people to do things. I mean, I don't know. Is it just me? I've noticed we don't have.
This has been the summer of the World Cup. So evidently what the FBI said, they secured 98 different locations, 98 different Super Bowls. So maybe as a country, we've collectively been busy.
Well, I'm not talking about our country. I'm talking about Iran. If they've been sponsoring these things and they're slowing down because they can't because they have to be paying attention to their own thing. Is that not a positive thing for the?
I guess, and Trump announced that he was saying that you can fly into Lebanon now, or he was encouraging people.
Yeah, no, they opened it up,
and the State Department hasn't changed their view on it yet, I don't think. But Trump is like, hey, it's safe. Go ahead, visit Lebanon.
I mean, he's
the
the
place
guy
that
that's been
Israel
shot at
bombs
and everything else.
every once in a while.
Threatened. And
yeah,
so there was just recently another plot, I guess, from Iran to assassinate Trump that got thwarted by Israel or something like that. I didn't see all that's all different thing.
I can't wait for Trump to stick it to China though. After they meddled in the elections,
Yeah, it's like, well,
it's not like he visited China with like a bunch of CEOs a couple months ago. He just kissed everybody's ass and tried to introduce everybody. And yeah, why would you do that if they meddled?
Well, you can't mess with Ivanka's, intellectual property.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a coincidence, isn't it, Lucy? With Ivanka, yeah.
Well,
it's
those
just
Trump kids are making a fortune off the president, so they're doing that.
Well,
so,
either way, I think they did a great job with the World Cup, like security-wise. Like, I do, FBI, every intelligence agency should really take like a little head bop or victory lap to that one. So
yeah, I think some of that has to do with what's going on in Iran. We're not putting up with the terrorist sponsored states anymore. So anyway, okay, Lucy, it's your turn. We got like 2 minutes left. So you got a 7-second intro. So let's give it up for Lucy and her health minute.
Hey, I just want to encourage all of you to look at the relationship between your diet and your ailments, because often it's what you're shoving in your mouth that's causing the problems. So I was talking to a family member the other day about gout, and this particular family member loves soda pop, won't drink water, just loves their high fructose corn syrup. And unfortunately, that's something that can form as uric acid crystals that cause gout. So gave them some advice, drink some tart cherry juice, which reduces inflammation. Maybe get some cold packs if there's some pain. But
that stuff's expensive,
sadly, at the end of the conversation, I had not yet convinced them to stop drinking high fructose. The tart cherry juice? Not really.
Sugar.
He makes it with a little ginger ale or something like that.
Is it okay to cut it a little bit too, just because it can be a bit much?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So it doesn't didn't sugar feed cancer, Lucy?
The tart cherry juice it's a bit much.
Really, I love that stuff. It's so good.
It does.
Is that grenadine?
Yeah, not only does sugar feed cancer, but oh my God. Oh yeah, that pomegranate stuff. Well, my daughter has a lemonade business, the 13-year-old does. And so she's adding one of those shark attack drinks. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but you take grenadine and you give the customer a shot of grenadine, and you throw a gummy bear or a gummy shark into the drink, and then they throw the water in on top, or throw the grenadine on top of it, so it looks like blood in the water.
Oh yeah,
I just wish people would stop eating, high fructose. It's a lot of fun. It's like so much fun.
Yeah. So Lucy, I was reading online, and there was
just don't complain about getting ailments.
I think Lucy's like a little bit behind.
Yeah, there's a delay on Lucy's end of things.
Oh. There's a what?
A delay.
I'm sort of delayed somehow.
I was reading about an increase in cases of gout in young people.
Yeah, the gout is no good. I know people that had it. Hey, Spiro says he missed conspiracy
I wouldn't be
theories.
surprised because they're all eating like crap.
Brad, I don't know why you're putting that hat on. We're not doing conspiracy
For conspiracy theory. This is my new conspiracy hat.
Time's up. Time's up. We're going to have to save it for next week.
Sweeten the deal for next week.
Yeah, that's right. You just sweeten the deal for next week. Conspiracy theory. I sort of like the format.
Conspiracy theories. With that hat, he looks like Purdue Pete.
I know. Yeah.
Without socks. So, okay. Well, I think that having this format was good. We had good audience participation there, and all that. It's good. So Brad, we can catch your show at 7:30 on Sundays. The Ritz.
Oh yeah, I'm making a road trip to Peoria to visit Mark Small. So it's actually going to be like a live version. I don't know if Drew's going to be with me or like on the show at his own location, but like me and Mark are going to be at least
look at
the same spot. So
What are you going to Iowa for?
Huh?
What are you going to Iowa for?
No, Peoria.
Peoria.
Tell him I said hello.
Oh, what are you going to Peoria for? Sorry.
Oh, to visit Mark, and then we're going to go to. They have a minor league baseball team too, so we're going to go do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he lives there now. Yeah, he lives there. He's moved probably 6.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I just like doxed him. Shit.
Oh yeah, like Peoria's big town.
Good thing you're not a doctor. Good gravy.
I meant Peoria, Canada. That's where we were talking about. Peoria, Canada.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, John.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, well, that was great. Great times. We might have a guest next week. We might do more of this stuff. I enjoyed it. We got to actually do some opinions, and people in the comments did some too. So it was good. And we're sort of on time. Just a little bit over.
John, we did not talk about affirmative action, but though women and minority-owned businesses are no longer recognized and given special consideration, this is the time to partner with a veteran. And just if anybody's looking for a business partner, I am a veteran, disabled veteran. So inbox me. Let's talk. Now is the time for veterans to start their own businesses.
Yeah, you get a break at Lowe's too. So if you're in construction, you can get a cheaper rate on Lowe's. So there's still some bargains to be had. Just be patient and have fun. So okay, hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Like and follow. Hey, we broke the 2,500 follower sound barrier. We're on our way to 2,600. Right. So tell all your friends to like and follow us. We want to get up there. So maybe one day we could make, and we do stars. I don't know if anybody's familiar with stars on Facebook, but you can send us stars. Somehow that works. I don't know, but we're signed up for it. So if you want to contribute, and then we also have our Cash App.
I'm going to do it just to see what it does.
But, yeah, me too. I'm just curious to see how it works. Yeah. See if we get stars.
See how it confuses us. So
we shall see you all next week. Thanks for watching. And then you can catch Witty Reviews at 8 before, and he's lit up. And then we have Nicole in all caps on Thursday. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to, she may be expanding her other couple shows onto the network as well. Hey, you never know. Someday we may be 24/7. You know, you just never know.
Oh, wow. We're like TBS.
Yeah. TBS. Ted Turner had to start
we'll get the Braves games. It'll be sweet.
Yeah, we get the Braves games. That's how he got famous in it. That showing reruns of Gilligan's Island. It was awesome. Okay. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Bye.